Oh, we're rolling. Okay, cool. Shit, I thought I had to manually start it. I'm over here trying to make sure it's on YouTube. Shit. All right, that'll work. That'll work. Good thing I had a shirt on. Nah, but what's good, Naruto, Nicholas, Solimane, Willow, and Nick? What's good, man? What's good? You guys must have been waiting. You guys must have been waiting. Must have been patient. Standing by. Man, honestly, because of CPI at 7:30 this morning, I decided to sleep in today. I got some really good sleep last night. Oh my god. Shit, I mean it's the afternoon, but it feels like I don't even know. I feel great. Y'all ever slept so much and you woke up tired? Like that's me right now. Like I slept a lot, but I'm still tired, you know? So it's cool. The so obviously I haven't traded today. I haven't really done anything today. I made some thumbnails for YouTube, which is cool. Still working on some content for you guys and all of that. But you know, we've cleared two sides of the market on the S&P, and we're back within a range. And can we do a sound check real quick? I don't have music on, just the voice today. What's good, Ali? So what I mean by, you know, clearing both sides of the market, if you look at a 1 hour time frame, okay, we had a high from April 4th. Okay, that April 4th high has been traded into, massively traded lower off of that, about 50 points or so, maybe 60 points or so, cleared yesterday's morning low, bunch of lows from yesterday. And if you look at a 5-minute time frame, you can see leading up to CPI, this is not uncommon, right? Consolidation. So we consolidated, that's to be expected prior to CPI and stuff like that. Bam, we ran up, took that, came down, went under the consolidation, and now we're back and we're within this range from the high of the day and the low of the day. We're kind of near that 50%, maybe slightly less. So it doesn't look like I am going to do anything here today. See, right around that 50%. And we've done pretty much not a lot. The only thing that I would say, you know, if I had to press any buttons, if I absolutely had to, I'd say equal lows at 41.42. You know what I mean? So that's the only markup that I have. 41.42 is equal lows on a 1 minute time frame for the S&P. For the micros, and the the low on the ES on the right is slightly lower, but I still think that would act as the same. So I feel like a run below 41.42 could be on the table. If we fly from here, if we trade higher from here, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you after that. As always, my accuracy goes to shit when price is in the middle of two distinctive ranges like this. So, don't know. Okay, don't know. So, why do I tell you these things, you know, over and over again? Why do I try to give you my thought process? Because if we try to push buttons, right, that's not a bad thing, right? If we're here to trade, then we're here to trade. But you have to know if you're in conditions that is like the most favorable conditions, okay? So like, let me give you an example. This consolidation, and we ran up higher at 7:30, right? So let's say in this area up in here, okay, where price has rallied significantly. We're above an old high, and we can see that some of the concepts have been respected, right? Like this imbalance up here, right? That gets respected. Price trades lower. Price is at an extreme, if you will, right? An extreme meaning like it's not in the middle of a range. It's consolidated and then rallied above an old high. So I'm not looking to buy above an old high. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay. No, you don't have to short, but I just at least at a minimum don't want to buy. Okay. On the way lower, then we see that run below consolidation, right? So now this is, I would consider like another extreme as well, because we've already dropped, 50, 55 points or whatever below consolidation. There might be something on the higher time frame here too. I don't know. I haven't looked. And then, price rallied, retracement rallied off of that. And so that's great, right? Price was technically like at two different extremes, right? We had a high up here, we had a low down here. And now that we're literally in between those two, my accuracy goes down tremendously because price is not at an extreme. Okay. So like say for example, we were trying to short this right now. You have some highs right here too. So they may not be equal, but you got some highs up here as well. So, do I have an idea of what's going to happen next? No, I have no fucking idea. Okay. We could come up, grab that liquidity, and then break down and trade lower. That's a possibility. We would also need to monitor the times as well. Make sure, we need to know what time window we're in as well. Look at silver, 25 and almost 25 and a half. Blessed. Okay. Or it could leave those highs here, slam down and take the lows instead. So again, like I don't know with a high degree of conviction which way that it's going to go. Okay. So when you have information like that, all right, it's probably going to take the lows given that fucking candle right there. But when you have information, okay, and you need to know how to interpret it and then what to do with that. Okay. So what do I do if I'm forced to trade here? Okay. If I'm going to take a short position, that's okay. But am I going to go full risk? No, I'm not going to go full risk. If this comes down and wrecks that low, those equal lows there, that may be a long below an old low to then later come up to these highs. So we'll see if price gets down in here, how do we react from there? So we'll give that a couple minutes. Take a look at what price does there. This looks kind of junk, I'll be honest. And I saw it like trade into that imbalance and trade off of it. I'm like, okay, well then it may take the lows, and then bam, it came back up again into that, and then now it's trading lower. So I'm like, oh, I don't know, but yeah, those lows just look too scrumptious. Well, we have, it's not FOMC, but it's meeting minutes. It's meeting minutes, and it's been 11 minutes ago, because that was at 1 o'clock right here. So that 1 o'clock, a little bit of volatility spike in here. But yeah, to me, 41, 42 is on the table, whether they're speaking or not. So again, if I was forced to take a trade, I'd probably take that imbalance. If I had to. So if we dig into that, here on a 1 minute time frame. I could see us going whoop, like right there, 48. I can see us trading off of this, going lower. So what we'll do is we'll screenshot that and we'll follow up. And when I show you guys like screenshots and stuff, I try to time it as perfect as I can sometimes. Sometimes it's a little bit late, sometimes it's a little bit early. It is what it is. But this imbalance, I wouldn't want to see price trade it through. If I had to stop, it'd probably be at this high. At 41.53. And for trade management purposes, I wouldn't want the candle, this 1 minute candle, I wouldn't want to close above that imbalance like it just did. Okay, I wouldn't want to see that. So, told you my accuracy goes to shit when price is near 50%. And I know that. So am I going to put full risk on when price is near 50%? No. No. Do a video on YouTube about London, New York session and how to trade it. What specifically on London and New York? What specifically are we talking about? The NASDAQ triple lows, that was already swept earlier, and it's consistently trading lower as well. Imbalance over there on 1 minute time frame. The Dow trading higher, not willing to go lower. So that's definitely interesting. Well, guess we may not take 41.42. We may just leave that there then. We may just leave it. But yeah, you have to ask a little bit more specific question on in regards to that. Dude, I didn't even journal today yet. See, look at this. Low, sweat, higher high, lower low, higher high. Ridiculous. Lower lows and higher highs. Yuck. What about the opening time? I haven't even looked at currencies either today. I took like a brief look, but I've been watching the indices most of the time. If we go back to a 1 minute, if we look a little bit earlier in the day, I mean, you have a distinctive high here from 922 and you have like equal highs from the open, but I don't know if that's going to be relevant for later or not. 41.61, that could be relevant later, but I don't know. I mean, that's super small time frame, and I would have trusted these lows more. So it ran down there by like, it stopped 2 ticks short and then ran or reversed and went higher. So yikes. Big ol' yikes. Willow says, my journaling has really helped my performance. Oh, that's good. That's good. I would hope it does. I would hope that it does. Is it the daily Stoic journal, or is it just like regular trading journal? Which journal are we talking about here? You guys got to be specific, man. Got to be specific. What the fuck is today? Wednesday. Okay. Yeah, so we won't be here all that long today. If you guys want to, what I would suggest to do is study the last hour from yesterday. When there aren't like significant opportunities throughout the day, there's usually going to be some opportunities throughout the day. But sometimes when they're not like banger setups, that's okay. But the 2 to 3 o'clock time window, that last hour, I used to call that the profit taking hour a long time ago. Then I just started calling it the last hour because that's just what it is, the last 60 minutes. That is usually when you can get some pretty significant movements as well. So, I mean, although I do want to watch live, I mean, those fucking highs are on the table, and that's obvious by now. But like, if you go back to yesterday on the NASDAQ, okay, this right in here was beautiful. And I won't spend too much time on it because I want you guys to go look at it. But some highs, swept, structure, right? Break of structure, rallies into an imbalance, or retraces really into an imbalance, and then it absolutely rips everyone's face off who was long throughout the day. So study stuff like that. Because, you know, I was watching this, and there wasn't really too much going on. And then right when we hopped off the session, I told you about these equal highs. Like right at the last 10, 15 minutes, I was like, yeah, watch those equal highs. Are we going to short with equal highs? No, we're not. And then we left it at that. Highs got swept, then the short presented its opportunity. Okay. So sometimes, you know, I try to find setups here on the session, but sometimes they just don't form, or I get it wrong. Like this imbalance, for example, you know, I wanted that to be respected, but it wasn't. So, you know, I'm gonna give you guys some insight on the next video, the dealing with drawdown video. Okay, and that's part of it. All right, I'll give you a real quick example as we watch those highs get murdered. Let's say, for example, that we short an imbalance with a stop at the high. Okay, to me, the high is like worst case scenario, meaning like the market just, it starts to take off, and that's the max we're willing to lose, and you take a losing trade, and that's that. Like, you're not just wrong, but like you're hella wrong, like you're toast. That's worst case scenario. Okay, if I'm trading, especially like a 1 minute time frame, if I'm like scalping or trying to have like really, really tight stops, we said 48, right? So I said 48 and then a stop at 53. So that's 5 points, right? But I said I didn't want this candle to close above the imbalance. So it, you know, goes to 41.48 and then it rallies to 41.51 and then closes, right? But I told you I didn't want to see that. Now it's not going to take the high because I said it would do that. So now it's just going to leave that shit open. Great. What a fucking market today. So would I allow the market to come up to 41.53 and just take my stop, or could I just close it out at 51 and save those extra 2 points? So if we have a 5 point stop, but we're wrong, I'd rather take the 3 loss and save those extra 2 points. Right? And then there's always that, I'm going to get back to the chat in a minute, but I just got to get this out there. Because, you know, sometimes people think, well, you should just let the trade run to your stop, or wow, 2 points, John, what the fuck, 2 points, who cares? Well, think about this. If you save yourself 2 points, 3 points on 10 trades, do the math. That's 20 points, 30 points. Now it becomes significant. See what I'm saying? So, do I choke the trade sometime? Yeah, I've done that. Okay. But have I also saved myself from a lot of trades that would have lost, like full stop? Yes. Okay. Yes. I've taken big losses, and I don't fucking like that. I don't like taking big losses. It sucks. So you can still frame like low risk setups, but that doesn't mean you have to just let it run to hit your stop. You don't have to do that. You can cut the loss short. Well, you should have been comfortable with the risk. Right, we were, but then we got new information from the market, and the new information that's presented itself is not in alignment with our original trade idea. So if we know we're wrong, get rid of your fucking ego and just collapse the fucking trade. It's as simple as that. Literally. Oh, Ryan Holiday posted some if you follow Ryan Holiday on Instagram, he just posted a bunch of books. That's a fire post, just so you know. 9 books to help you get started. And I have all of them. Everything in his most recent post, I have all of them. The Daily Stoic, The Art of Living, Lives of the Stoics, Discourses and Selected. Oh fuck, I lied. The Meditations I don't have because that's his version. It's like $110 premium leather version. I don't have that one yet, but I do have like the normal $8 version of Meditations. Courage is Calling, banger. How to Think Like a Roman Emperor, banger. Discipline's Destiny, banger. Letters from a Stoic, banger. All of them are bangers. That's a good post. Again, that's Ryan Holiday on Instagram. He just posted that, so that's solid. Okay, that's pretty solid. So guys, listen, I know because like a few of you hopped on here. We usually don't have this many viewers per se, but it's cool. So I'm only marking this to watch it, okay? Because one of my rules of thumb is I'm not going to take a long position when there's equal lows. I'm just not going to do it, okay? We have equal highs here, but now we have equal lows and prices in the middle of both of them, which means to me it's unlikely that this imbalance will hold to run to those highs. It could. Okay, it could respect this and then jam up there. That's fine. Or it could say, no, fuck your imbalance, boom, and then run the lows like we wanted to a little bit earlier today. Okay? So for me, when price is in between a range, and now we're in between a small range, in between a larger range, now it's just like death. Now it's death. You know what I mean? Like you're just asking to take a losing trade. That's all I'm saying. Now, mind you, now this is where it's going to get fucking fun because watch this shit. See that imbalance? Like now it's trading below that. And as soon as it closes below that, that will signify that that doesn't mean shit to me anymore. So this is interesting now because, oh, look at that. Look at that shit. Is that triple highs on the S&P? I think so. Okay, so the micros are slightly different. Okay, now we have a little whoop-de-whoop on the table. Watch this. These lows, right? If that gets smashed, watch how we react and see if we don't come up to take those triple highs. Okay? If we leave that there and then come take the highs, dude, I'm gonna punch my fucking monitor. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. But COD 4 days, you had to be there. If we take the lows, watch how we react. And those triple highs are too clean, bro. Look at those. All right, 41, 42. We're below those triple low or equal lows, excuse me. So if I was super bullish, I'd be buying this right now. I'd be buying that right now if I was super bullish. Okay, but this is not investment advice. It's not trade advice. Where are my social medias? That's what we were missing. I knew something was wrong with the screen. I kept looking like, what is wrong? It was that. It was that. So, equal lows, okay? We have traded below that a few different points. And this is kind of a shitty imbalance to me, but it's still there. So we'll see what we do. Like here. Okay, so we'll see what we do. Now, mind you, on a 15-minute and even that 5-minute, those highs are really clean. So even if we don't come back for that today, because it doesn't have to come back there today. If we leave that open though, that's going to be important for a later date. Maybe Thursday or Friday, or just another date in general. But that would be a target. If we were to get bullish order flow, that would easily be a target. Okay, easily. So what I'm going to do for you guys here is we're going to take that off. We're going to go ahead and take this off as well. So the only levels that we're going to have here is, let's say, we'll just say equal highs. And then the message will be S&P equal highs taken at 41.54. So we'll put an alert there. We'll have that ready to go. And then we'll see. Okay, we'll see. So, and again, I know give me a minute, I'll come back to the chat. I just listen. Sometimes when I'm in there, I got to be in there. Okay, so check this out. The Dow didn't do the same thing. Okay, so check this high at 1210 and 120. See that? The S&P not able to go higher, but look at the Dow, 1210 to 12 or 120. Sorry. See that? The Dow also traded above the 915 high. Why is that important? Because that is our only high prior to the, or within the stock exchange open. And look at that reaction. That's a nasty candle to the downside. So obviously that was distribution on Dow. NASDAQ, 1210 to 120. Unable. So you see how mixed that market is? Do you guys see that? You see how mixed it is? Dow higher, distributing above morning session high. S&P rather in the middle, neutral, if you will. Okay, that's normal. But the NASDAQ lagging there, not even close to the 930 high. Okay, so a very, very mixed market. And I don't know what these lines over here are. April 10th. So that's this is Monday's low. That's Monday's low for NASDAQ, and April 6th, which was a Thursday. We'll just do April 6th low. So if the NASDAQ is our weakest index, then if we expect that one, oh, it's definitely the weakest index today. So if we expect that one to meet lower downside targets, 12,967 is Monday's low. 12,952.5 is April 6th low. So if you happen to be bearish today on the NASDAQ, those are two pretty easy levels right in there. So we'll see how it goes. In a normal condition like this, that was our strongest. But usually if we get a distribution like this, a lot of the times it will come back to mitigate, but I don't really see something very clean within that. So there's that. And then the S&P gave no reaction based off of these lows. So to me, that doesn't signify a run on stops to then run higher. It doesn't look like that. Okay. And so, yeah, we're gonna have to see what we do here. But that's a nice level to have on your chart. 41.54.5. Okay. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, let me get back to the chat real quick, because I know I've been neglecting you guys. What's good, Andreas? Would like to trade with the opening hours of London. Maybe there's a characteristic of how London moves. Well, when it comes to the open of the sessions or whatever, I like to note that opening price. That's why I had someone make that indicator, the John Phibbs London and New York Open indicator, for you guys to have that. And it's a reference point, you know, looking for shorts above the open or covering below the open and vice versa. So I use opening price for that purpose, for that reason. As far as the timing goes, I don't trade London anymore. I am hardly ever up for New York's open. I don't trade that either. So I like indices. I prefer indices, and I'm up for the indices, especially for the afternoon session. So that's what I like to do. But as far as characteristics go, at a very basic level, there's a lot more to trading than what I'm about to tell you. But when it comes to like London, okay, I would look for setups, you know, during that London session, or if you have the time to be able to, the New York and London overlap, you get that volatility. And if you get good setups, you know, around that time, those are usually pretty good setups. But that's like basic level, you know, intraday timing. But the indices, to me, for a smaller time frame, the time windows are a little bit different. Okay, like the final hour, lunch, you know, morning session, afternoon session, and stuff like that. So there is that for London, but it's just a lot, and I'm not going to get into a lot. So what we'll do, not that we shorted NASDAQ per se, but if that's our weakest one, if we expect that one to hit targets easily, then we'll put some alerts. We'll put some alerts there. Can you guys still hear me? My computer's acting up again. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's up with that. Can we get a sound check real quick in the chat? Thank you for explaining FOMC news. Yeah, there was another person on Twitter that said that yesterday too. They were like, oh, FOMC tomorrow. I'm like, there's no fucking FOMC tomorrow. It's meeting minutes. It's not the same shit. But you know, I don't try to correct people as much as I used to, because people don't like being corrected. They sure enjoy being fucking wrong in front of everybody, but they don't like being corrected. I don't understand that shit, but you know, whatever. I've been studying people for a long time. And it's just, I just know things. I just know things. Appreciate you, Omar. Guys, if you've had some fun today, drop a, oh, the button's not working. The button's not working until now. Hey, you drop a like, guys. I would greatly appreciate that. Helps us get on the algorithm, helps us get in front of more people. It's because when I stream here on YouTube and I stream elsewhere, I have to change some of the settings, and that's I always forget to change it back. And the stream deck, like the little buttons and stuff for the Instagram and the sub and everything, right? Like if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Turn the bell notifications on so you get notified when we drop a new video. I drop a new video. You get dropped or you get notified when we go live as well. And there was another one. I can't remember. It's important. It's important. Just do it. Okay. Just do it. And if you guys want to, if you want to support the channel, we have memberships as well. We do have memberships as well. Tier 1 and Tier 2 memberships. Nas trade, if you took... oh, yeah, Willow. I went over that last night, too. Very in-depth. It was beautiful. Like, disgusting. In a good way. How did you write your Instagram on the chart, etc., and keep it there? Oh, you're talking about this. Down here? It's real easy. You're talking about that, right? Oh, that's not the arrow tool. Clearly, I am not awake yet. You're talking about this down here? The Instagram and the Memento Mori and the Premeditatio Malorum and the Your Stop Loss is My Entry? Yeah. Well, oh, maybe I didn't do a video for YouTube. I did a video for a different deal. What's good, Nikki, Sergio, John? When the candles move so viciously in the opposite direction, it's hard to enter. How do you improve? What makes it hard to enter? What's good, Lorenzo? Well, I wish you would. I forgot what we were talking about. What do you wish, Ali, for me to do? Use hashtags for the next live. It helps. Hashtags, I guess. You know, me, I was relying on the fact that, you know, I've got 9,100 followers on Instagram, like 1,400 on Twitter. I just jumped up to 1,600. 30,000 impressions on one of my recent posts. We're not going to get into that today. I got a separate video for that. But, you know, I'm like, okay, plus Facebook's like 3,000 people. I'm like, all right. So we're talking about a pool of 12,000, 11,000 people that everybody knows that I trade, obviously. You know? I'm like, yeah, we'll get some people on the stream. And then we start and it's like fucking like 15 people. I'm like, damn. My marketing sucks. My marketing is shit. I don't know why, man. I don't know why. And then I get invited to do a stream, right? I don't get invited anymore, by the way. Shit, dude, there's fucking people coming to Houston, right? They're doing events in Houston. I don't even get fucking notified or invited. Like, dude, you got a fucking YouTuber and educator in Houston. I don't even get an invite. I don't even get a hello. What the fuck? But anyway, I get invited, you know, to do calls for other teams, like in Germany or in, oh my God, all over the world, dude. And dude, these people were promoting this one call for like a week straight. Everybody and their mom was promoting. Dude, I was expecting like 7,500 people. My guy, I get on Zoom and there's no shit. There's like over 300 people. I'm like, oh my God. I was not expecting that. You know what I mean? Because right now I think it's like 30, 35. It was up to like 42 or 43. I think we maxed at, I can't even see. YouTube doesn't tell me. They only have concurrent viewers. I don't even know what the fuck that means. But, all right, whatever. You know, it's like, I don't get invited to do shit no more. I've only said no like maybe twice. But every time someone has ever asked me to do a Zoom call, I do it for free. I don't even charge people. I don't even charge. I'm just like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. But then when I do shit on my own, right? No viewers. I mean, I'm not. There's a few of you. There's 35. That's good, right? Like, there's 35 of you, and I'm grateful for you guys. But like, bro, I used to have like really big pull, 7,500 people plus, and now it's like, nah, fuck John. Fuck John. Calling moves in advance. We don't need that shit. We don't need it. Fuck him and his beard. You know, it's not like that. I'm just being dramatic. Wish you would tell us when we're wrong. Oh yeah. No, students is different. Students is different. But like random people that say shit like FOMC tomorrow. It's meeting minutes, bro. It's like not the same thing. But it's cool. Can you guys still hear me? The stream will end shortly unless you restart it. What the fuck, YouTube? It was telling me it's about to cancel the stream. Now it's excellent condition. Which one is it? I'm so sick of this shit. Anyway. So you have an area of interest that you marked up and the market goes in that area, but at the moment you don't want to enter and you get hesitant. How do you gain the confidence to just enter? Well, if you enter with a limit order, then it's a limit order and you'll be in. If you're doing like market orders and you're hesitant, then there's a plethora of things that you might be doing wrong. It could be FOMO. I mean, it could be you thinking about trades that you recently lost and you don't want to lose another trade, so you're hesitant to enter this one. Or maybe the market just moves so fast that you might change your idea. Like, oh, I didn't expect this. Or, you know, I mean, there's a plethora of things that could happen. But I'm not sure. You can make a call on my team. Is it Erico? Eurico? I don't know how to say that. But yeah, I mean, you know, because people have came to me and they're like, well, how many people do we need for a call? I'm like, dude, you could have like 10. I don't care. Because like, I don't know, some people were like intimidated or something. There's no reason to be intimidated, dude. I'm a trader. I'm a person. Dude. There's nothing to be intimidated about. People don't want you to look better than them on their calls. Ooh, yeah, that. I won't expand too much on that, but it's just, you just got to provide value, man. That's it. And look, I invite other people on my YouTube. It's been a couple weeks since we had anybody, but dude, I bring up people all the time. I bring up people that aren't even, you know, on my team anymore. I bring up people that were never on my team. I bring up students that have learned from me. I don't care. You get better entries than me? Great. Come show us how to do it. Now, I've been in some trades where you won't be able to get a better entry than me because we've wicked in there and, you know, but, you know, generally speaking, if you're getting fire entries and you're doing really good, come on the stream. If you can teach better than me, do it. If you can trade better than me, do it. I want people to learn. It doesn't matter who it's from. As long as that person who's teaching has the skill set and results, then yeah. But if you don't have that mindset, like, oh, I don't want this person to shine, I don't want them to outshine me. right? That's one of the 48 laws of power. Never outshine the master, right? Fuck that. Fuck that. You're what? Supposed to limit yourself? Fuck that. Because if somebody searches for live Forex streams, you don't even pop up. You got to use hashtags. Oh, okay. I'll use hashtags, I guess. Didn't know that. But okay. Thanks, Goldman Black. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. What's really, Erico? What's really? What are we talking about? Man, we've had no retracement either. Almost no retracement. Well, shit. I should have did relative strength, huh? Should have had my other screen up. Didn't have it up. That's my fault. That's my fault. Otherwise, I would have said, oh, shit. Dow Jones is trading higher, while the others are not. But let me pull up Dow real quick. Dude, there was no retracement anyway. It distributed, and it offered no retracement whatsoever. On a 1 minute time frame, none. Sometimes these moves, they run without you. S&P, like, same thing. We'll keep the Nasdaq up here for a minute as well, because I wanna watch it with you guys. I'm fairly confident Monday's low and April 6th low are gonna get bodied pretty bad. But what I'm saying is, look at this area here. Look at this drop. Where's the retracement? Where's the retracement to get into? Right? Because a lot of times you'll see, well, this price action is shit, but it might break structure, then come back to an imbalance, right? Come back up a little bit, and then, take off. But it doesn't do that at all. And I used to get really upset about that. I used to be like, well, damn, can't get in. Well, if the market does that, you just got to let it go. You just got to let it go. It's kind of like when you go fishing. It's been a very long time since I've done that. But, sometimes you fish, you put your little thing on the hook and you swing it out there and you reel it in a little bit, whatever. And you get no fish that bite. You get none. That's how trading sometimes is too. If you didn't take the imbalance, no retracement was offered. S&P, look at this. Look at this 1 minute time frame. We come up here to create equal highs, then drop. There's a small retracement here. But like I said, I don't short when there's equal highs. That's a no, sir. No, I'm not doing that. Dow, same thing. What retracement is here? None. How can I work with that? What am I use? A fucking sell stop? Come on. Come on. We're not doing that shit. So now we just wait, and that's it. I've never once asked for, oh, there's got to be at least 50 people, 100 people. In the beginning, I was kind of that way. I was a little bit of an asshole back then. For a little while. But I just wanted to make sure that there was enough people, to not waste my time. But that was in my beginner educator days. That was a long time ago. That was years and years ago. You guys are lucky because I think it was 2019, maybe part of 2020. I can't remember. But I used to host a Zoom call on Saturdays. But Zoom has a tool where you can lock the meeting, right? So I told everybody, look, we're going to start. It was like 6 or 7 o'clock. It might have been 6 o'clock Central. I was like, we're going to start at 6. If you're not there by 6:05, you're not going to be on the stream. So then guess what? The next Saturday, I started at 6:05, bam, I locked the stream, right? And a couple of people were kind of upset, but I fucking warned them, right? So I got a bunch of messages. Oh, I didn't get to see the stream. I didn't make it. I was late, yada, 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 right? The following Saturday, everybody was on time. Everybody was there before 5 minutes after. Because I used to lock it. I was like, no, you're not getting in. If you can't make it up on time and I'm doing this shit for free, no. No siree. And then after a while, I just stopped doing the Saturday calls altogether. Because eventually people just stopped showing up. And we just got like me, I just got less and less views. I'm like, okay, well, if you guys don't want to show up, then that's fine. But I'm just not going to do this shit no more. So. You know, that was that. But anyways, I totally forgot where I was going with that. Which habit would you say has changed? I gotta read that again. Which habit would you say has changed since you implement it frequently in your life? I don't think I understand that question. Joy. Can we rephrase that question, please? Can we look at gold? You don't want that weak sauce. You don't want that weak sauce. Silver's the outperformer. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Jesus. That's the biggest move I've ever caught outside of the primary seasonal swing on gold and silver. Because gold is not making a higher high just yet. See that? It's like struggling to make that higher high when silver's like, nah, I got this. Boom. That's why gold is weak sauce. But technically on a much larger time frame, gold I think is stronger than silver. Because like silver on a weekly is kind of like lagging behind a little bit, some really old structure there in 2020, and gold is actually very close to that. So, you know, maybe I'm wrong there, but at least on like a small time frame, gold is a little bit weaker. But yeah, 2100 easily on the table over the next couple months. I think so. As far as intraday goes, I don't know. I haven't looked at it on an intraday basis. Same thing, like the indices. We rallied, swept an old high, came down, swept some lows, consolidation in there as well, and now we're back in the middle of the range. I can't do shit with that. I can't do anything with that. So what am I going to do with gold? I'm not going to touch this at all. Silver, same thing. Only it didn't come down and sweep these lows. Here. It barely tapped the low of the meeting minutes, or sorry, the CPI. The CPI at 730. It barely came back for that and then has rallied. So to me, there's nothing to do with that. So. And I would have hated to be long in there too, because it did nothing for hours. And I don't like trades like that. Trades like that usually don't go well. Usually don't. Started in 2018. I started to follow trade house at the end of 2019. Oh, nice. That breeds accountability, though, which is good. People got to learn to prioritize their time and respect others. Yeah. Well, that's what I was trying to do. There was a lot of shit I tried to do. Some of it never happened. Or, like, some things would be kind of like, nobody agrees with me. So I'm like the only one who wants to do it. And teamwork is important, man. If you don't have teamwork, it's hard to do shit. It's hard to do shit. Like there was things that people have done. I really shouldn't talk about this, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I really don't give a fuck anymore, to be honest. There was things that people have done over the last couple of years that I absolutely did not agree with at all. Like me personally, I wanted to kick people the fuck out. I was like, nope, ban them, get them out of here. They don't deserve to be here. You know what I mean? But we kept them. We kept a lot of people. And then guess what? They continued to do shit that I didn't agree with. Whether it be the marketing side, whether it be just people would start doing Zoom calls that were like overlapped with go live or whatever. So people started, you know, creating schedules and then they would overlap that with schedules that were already in place. And I never once agreed with that. I always said that that was a dumb idea. Why is that? Why is that a dumb idea? Well, think about it. Let's just say you have 100 people, okay? Let's just say you have 100 people in a room or whatever, right? And let's say you've got one educator that teaches. Okay, that one educator is teaching to 100 people. Okay, cool. So then you get a couple more people that are like, hey, you know what? Well, I could teach too. Or I'm going to not teach this, but I'll teach something else. But I'm going to teach that at the same time. Okay. Well, now you've got the same 100 people, but now you've got like 2 or 3 calls going on at the same time. So is that one call that used to have 100 viewers, now it's going to have like 30 or maybe 40 because the attention is being taken to other places, right? Other calls. And so now, and fuck, this has even happened at events too, where you'll have, let's say, 6 speakers at the same time. 2 of them are from the Trade House organization. So now from the everyone who's not an educator standpoint, now they have to decide, oh shit, well, what am I going to do? Am I going to go watch this person or am I going to watch this other person? And it creates division. That's the opposite of teamwork. That's the opposite. That's the inverse, if you will. And I always told people that shit. I always made my voice heard. I was like, that's a dumb ass idea. That's a dumb idea. You're going to run a call at the same time I'm going to do a call, or the same time that someone else is going to do a call. You're dividing the attention. So then nobody gets a bunch of viewers anymore. It's just split. Or you had certain people doing certain things that would take away from like the main educators, or, you know, they would try to replicate things that the educators were doing to try and get like clout for themselves, you know? And like that, I 100% did not agree with. So again, I really shouldn't be telling you this. And I could get in a lot more detail, but I'm definitely not going to do that. I'll have some respect here, but it's just, dude, I've seen people just do things that I'm just like, why the fuck would you do that? You know? And then there's just like no accountability, dude. That's the worst fucking part. There's no accountability. There's no calling them out or anything. It's always abundance, bro. Abundance, man. We're all just here, you know, to live abundantly. Man, fuck that. Fuck that. Abundance. The fuck out of here. You can't hide behind quotes, bro. You can't fucking hide behind quotes from dead men, bro. We're going to do some shady shit and then quote Jim Ron. Jim Ron quotes will protect us. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. It's funny now. You guys think that shit is funny now. That shit was not funny when it was happening. So. Anyway, we came up into that lack of wick here. Actually, that's a gap too. That's a gap right there too. I'm just trying to help people, bro. Okay. You're right. You're right. You're just trying to help people. Alex with the rip. I fucking love that emoji, dude. You guys need to drop the rip emoji if we get Monday's low and the April 6th low. If we get that alert, you guys got to drop the rip emoji. This is why partnerships is hard. Everyone has their own agenda. Well, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. I put a video out the other day. It's called Trade House Values. Okay, because let me give you some more insight since we're here and there's really no opportunity for us. Oh shit, and it's 2 o'clock. I'm gonna keep this short because I gotta go. Last year in 2022, I read at least like 12 John Maxwell books. Okay, John C. Maxwell, the GOAT when it comes to leadership, my opinion. That's a lot of fucking books, bro, on one subject. Leadership, you know, connecting, whatever. 12, you know, books roughly. I mean, that's like at least like 2,000 pages of content related to leadership, organization, shit like that. So I got a lot of insight, bro. A ton. I got a ton of insight on that. Running an organization, leaders dealing with leaders, leaders dealing with people, all that personal development, like developing people, developing your team, stuff like that. Like a lot of stuff. And I just realized a lot of things that I was doing wrong, a lot of things that I have seen that we were doing wrong just as a collective, and it wasn't good. And I presented a lot of ideas. And in that video that I made, the Trade House Values video, you can see some of those ideas like teamwork. For example, everyone should have the same vision. Right? One of the things I talk about, I don't know where I got this from. It's everybody can see, but not everybody has a vision. Right? Everybody can see, but not everybody has a vision. And so the point is, when you are a team, the goal of the team should be the same. Easy example. In sports, in the NBA, what's our goal? Win a championship. Right? So everybody, that's their goal, championship. So what do? They develop themselves, they develop their chemistry, and they focus on doing their best to potentially win a championship. Right? When there's a disconnect between that, where the star wants to be the star, so they ball hog, or, you know, the main defensive player just says, fuck it, I'm gonna stop playing defense, you know, and things divide. So what happens? They crumble, they lose, they don't win a championship, right? So what I'm saying is as traders, or just even Trade House would work as well, our goals should be the same. It should be the same. But the actions that I've seen were just different. People chasing clout. Or people, you know, creating schedules overlapping with other people's schedules. That's not teamwork. That's bitch assery. You know what I mean? And I don't mean to be harsh. Like, I'm not trying to call nobody a bitch, but I'm just saying, like, it's bitch assery, though. It's bitch behavior, in my opinion. And I know I'm a little more colorful today than I'm used to being. I get that. But that's how I see it. That's how I view it. So the accountability part of Trade House, right? Teamwork, accountability. The A is accountability. It's like you try to hold people accountable and all they have is excuses. Like, oh, well, what I did was justified, so I'm right and you're wrong. It's like, no. You're gonna tell me. You're gonna tell me that a 19-year-old, a 25-year-old knows better than John fucking Maxwell, who's been teaching this shit for 175 years? John Maxwell's been speaking and teaching leadership for more than 50 years. 50 years. The guy's in his fucking 70s, okay? 30-something million copies sold. Millions of books sold. And you're going to tell me that, you know, your little LLC, you know, you're a business owner, been in the game for like 2 years, and you know better than John Maxwell. All right. Sure. Sure. I don't agree, man. I don't agree with that. Because a lot of the ideas about leadership and about teamwork is not something that I made up. It's something that I learned. Simon Sinek, John Maxwell are the main two. Usually, Maxwell like 90% of the time. I have a couple books from Simon Sinek, but I don't vibe with them all that much. So you're going to tell me you know better than that? You don't. You don't. But hey, you know, it's supposed to be coachable, right? And then some people end up not being coachable. It's like, well, shit. What do we do with that? What am I supposed to do with that? Those are my thoughts, man. Those are my thoughts. So anyway, I'll leave it with this. We have a 2 to 3 o'clock window. I think Monday's low is on the table. I think the low of April 6th is on the table for the NASDAQ. That's our weakest index today. The S&P, the 1010 low could be on the table. I mean, it looks like it's only like 2 points away. That's pretty much on the table. Excuse me. The Dow Jones, very similar low at 1010. The same low from the S&P the same low as in the time is there as well. So that's what I'll leave you with. You've got the alerts there. Okay, I don't see NASDAQ stopping at 1010, at the 1010 low. I don't see it stopping there. I see it jamming Monday and April 6th. We have about 40. I can't do math. 49 minutes left in the day. 49 minutes left in the day. So there's the 1010 low. But again, I don't see it stopping there. The liquidity here is higher time frame. It doesn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense for us to stop here in reverse. Actually, we'll give it a few more minutes. We'll give it a couple more minutes just to see. The S&P tagged the 1010 low. The Dow has not done so. Keep 4154.5, or if you guys have like CFDs and stuff, if you have equal highs up there, put an alert there as well for a later time. Unlikely today, but at another time. Keep that up there. And yeah, I'll give it like 2 or 3 more minutes, and then we're going to shut it down. But that's it. That's all I have for you today. If you guys enjoyed today, me and my complaining sometimes, I know I do it. It is what it is. Drop a like. I would greatly appreciate that if you haven't done so already. If you guys are not a member just yet, just understand we have memberships available. You get the loyalty badges next to your name. You get the chat emojis as well. Not all of those. Some of them are a little bit different, but I made this prior to actually getting them done, so they just didn't look right, so I am using different ones. But tier 1 and tier 2 memberships are available for you guys at it's like $5 and $10 a month, so they're very, very cheap, and that's really it. So that's all that I have for you guys. It's unfortunate we could not find an entry, or maybe you did, but me personally, I was not able to find an entry for you guys. So it is what it is. I'm not perfect. You guys know that. But we did get to at least watch the move, which was pretty fast. And so, yeah, NASDAQ final hour, have those levels. All right, y'all be blessed. I will see you here on Friday. 1 minute mitigation on NASDAQ. Up in there, you're probably right. Or are you talking about recently? Recent? Oh, you're talking about this. Yeah. I just wasn't watching a 1 minute though. That's pretty good though. That gap on the 5 minute, rebalance, drop down, mitigate to go lower. Did you take that? Did you take that? Watch that fucking Monday's low. You took it? Sheesh. Nice, Allie. Very, very nice. All right, 2:15, new 15-minute candle. We should see Monday's low. Boom. There's that. A nice partial if you were in from up here. I mean, hey, look, not trade advice. It's your trade. You do what you got to do. But that's a good partial right there. Nice movement. That's probably like 30, 35 points or so on the NASDAQ. Very minimal drawdown there. 12,950 is just a 50 level below the low of April 6th. That to me would be probably another partial. Nice little jab below Monday's low. But again, now we're kind of going over the time a little bit, but it's cool. It wouldn't make sense to leave Monday's, or to jam Monday's low but leave April 6th low. That wouldn't make sense to me. So that's why I would want the continuation down below that low. This one, the second one. Ooh, yeah, look at that bloodbath today. SPY, Dow, triple Qs, and then our futures. Oh, yeah. The dollar's down, too. Dollar is down as well. All right. Anyway, so now we'll close it. Now we'll close it. Oh, look at that. Rip in the chat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's beautiful. A little graveyard in the chat for the shorts. Well, really for the long positions. Anyone who's been long, they got fucked up. But anyone who's been short, they're killing it. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Y'all be easy. I'll see you on Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. All right, be good until then. If I can find my outro screen. See you guys.